Well, Dino Nowak is the former manager of LA's Equinox. Is it Equinox or Equinox? Equinox Fitness Clubs.
Yep.
I've never been there, obviously.
Beautiful.
And he's a trainer to some of the very big celebrities. His new book is The Final Makeover, Your 40-Day Guide to Personal Fitness. Welcome, Dino.
Thank you for having me.
Are you going to give any names? Some of the celebs?
Name dropper.
I hate doing it.
I know you do. But we won't tell anyone.
Girls from Baywatch.
Just like you?
Yeah, you were on.
Very
I think you had a guest
I think I
appearance on
was,
one of those.
yeah.
I saw that one, yeah.
Yeah, they had my old body.
Exactly.
Yeah, my old body was on there, yeah.
Exactly, but Days of Our Lives, the Miss Universe I trained, stuff like that. So
I have to ask you, is it easier to train the celebrities than us, like, regular people?
Yes and no. Yes, in a sense that this is their career, so they have so much more resources dedicated to that, so this is their job. I mean, look at how many they have, like a nanny, a housekeeper.
A cook, how about a cook?
Exactly. But no, in the sense that they're going to auditions and they're being told on a daily basis sometimes that they're too fat, their arms are too flabby, and so it's a lot to take that your very career and livelihood is riding on how you look in the mirror. So
Goodness,
it's
mine doesn't.
It's tough.
Yeah, we're safe. We're safe.
But that's an important thing, though, is that if these people who have everything, they have all the help, and they still struggle, you know, that's got to be, you know, a great encouragement for everyday people. I say, look, even they have a hard time with it, and kind of give yourself some slack.
All right, talk about ESP Fitness. What is this all about?
ESP, being out in LA, and I've seen all things come and go, ESP stands for emotional, spiritual, and physical fitness. There's so many different diet books and fitness programs that unless you deal with the internal, the emotional and spiritual, the change will not last. No external in change ever works.
And I like that you put spiritual in there too,
Yeah,
because
that's
a lot
the
of
foundation. That is the critical foundation, because a lot of our body image, self-esteem, our identity, and also our motivations for change and our expectations are all woven into that spiritual component.
Well, you know, you see people who start diets and they run their life, and you know, you cannot stay on that diet forever. You just can't do it.
No.
But
I'm
what
a
about?
chocoholic.
So
Me too.
yeah, well, me
Me
too.
too,
But
yeah.
you know what I loved about your book, and I was just opening up towards the end. Oh, I have to get my glasses. I can't see. We were talking about
There's fruit and vegetables there.
You really check off what you're eating, because you'd be amazed how much you eat
oh.
that you don't actually fathom that you're doing.
And they've done so many studies that show that people often overestimate how active they are and underestimate their eating. So that's so important to visually see, because you may go through a day and think, oh, well, I only had 2 sodas, and then actually see you had like 5.
Because you check it up.
Yeah,
You know what I noticed? One of the things, I do not drink enough water.
Yeah.
That's really important.
Very important. And you can get it from other sources too, but I think when you're on this program looking to reduce your intake, water is a perfect thing. 0 calorie. They have some great flavored waters that are 0 calories too. So that's a great way to cut your caloric intake.
All right, make this real for us moms who are out there. We're trying to balance work and kids, and I'm thinking writing everything down, that's going to be really hard. How can we make this work, the rest of us?
Exactly. By really getting rid of your, it's kind of clearing the closet, so to speak, getting rid of all the different diets and fads you've ever heard of. And in the book, I talk about some of those things and getting the right motivations and the foundation for change. Now, understand it's so cliche, but it is a lifelong process. And I think one of the biggest things we talk about in the book is first and foremost, recognize your body as a blessing. All that it can do right now. I mean, there's so many people that are paralyzed, that are bedridden, that would love to be able to go for a walk, play with our kids. And so no matter what shape or size you are, is to look at your body as a blessing and understand that fitness does not mean thin.
Right.
I have clients in LA that are size 2 or 3 that are classified as obese. They have a 38% body fat.
Really?
Size
and it's
does not
different for
matter.
men and women, isn't it?
Exactly, because men can go as low as 3% and still be healthy on body fat level. Women can only go to 17, 18%.
See, we didn't know about
didn't
this
know that
before.
either.
They don't talk about this.
Exactly. So even on those shows where they compare the women to men, it's kind of unfair because women can't go that low.
What do we start with? I mean, how do you get motivated, and how do you start?
Actually, it's interesting. In the book, I go through your first week is just think about it.
Just think about it.
So
think about what you're eating.
No.
Think about, oh no?
Just you're walking. So say it's 5 minutes, you put your shoes on and think about going for a walk. Put your check mark and you're done for the day.
Oh, really?
So we start
can do
with
that.
small
Oh,
stuff.
I like
you can
that.
think about
it.
You can do that. But then we progress to 5 minutes. And then so we have small successes that build up over time. Think about it. It didn't take you 20, 30 years to get,
This fat butt, go on, say
Yeah,
it.
so we're not going to lose it overnight. No.
I understand that, but see, to me, I do have to start in increments.
Exactly.
All right, so I'm going to do that. But let's talk about some practical eating things.
Sure.
Because a lot of people say, do not eat the carbs, only eat the protein. But you're saying that you have to have some carbs, right?
Yeah, a good amount of carbs. Actually, that's basically gasoline to our bodies. And these diet books, they kind of give you half half truth. So what happens when you go on a low carbohydrate diet or very low calorie, your body starts to chew up muscle tissue to get the glucose for the brain anyways. So it's really understanding serving sizes and having a grasp of how your body works, and with that comes the freedom. You can enjoy food. There's no good food, bad food list. That doesn't exist.
Talk about making this real for us. This is what, 5 pounds
That's
of
only
fat?
5
That's only
pounds.
5. And it's gross.
But the critical thing, you see all those little red spots on there. The important thing is each additional pound of body fat requires a mile of blood vessels. So that's why it's so hard on the heart as we put on the pounds, in addition to the weight the body has to carry. But diets, all diets talk about is losing weight. This is about losing body fat. And that's 5 pounds
Okay,
right
we
there.
talk about carbs again just for a second, because I was telling you I'm on a diet and I've sort of given up a lot of the carbs and stuff, and I've lost some weight, but I'm flabby now. Is that because I've lost the muscle?
Because your body was designed incredibly well. It will do whatever it has to get what it needs, and your brain needs that glucose. So if it's not getting the carbohydrates where the glucose comes from, it will break down muscle tissue and protein, and through a process called, it's a Scrabble word, gluconeogenesis, it will convert lean tissue to sugar to get it to the brain.
So she needs weight-bearing exercise to start
But
building that
also
up.
complex carbohydrates.
But
that
just a
preserve.
little bit. Not you were saying just, because I'll
6
sit at
servings,
dinner and I'll, they'll bring the bread basket out at a restaurant, it's like,
No.
With the butter.
That's about 2
with
days
the
worth
butter.
right there. Yeah,
I
that's
know.
incredible.
So you're talking about like a piece of toast in the morning or something.
Yeah, piece of some peanut butter on it. I mean, carbohydrates are muscle preserving fuel. I mean,
that's great
because
to
your body
hear.
uses that. But what happens is you start to lose lean muscle tissue, your metabolism starts going down, your willpower gives out, and then you're back off the diet, and your weight comes back on even more.
You balance it with the proteins and fats, though. I noticed you said have the bread with the peanut butter.
And that holds over your hunger a lot longer,
Oh, I like that.
That's what I
could
do.
do
And
that.
also fiber. So like a whole wheat bread, whole wheat toast, peanut butter, some bananas, perfect breakfast, you're out the door done.
All right, we're going to be working out a little bit with you. Can't wait for this. So if you want to get fit or even stay fit, get a copy of The Final Makeover by Dino Nowak. Look for it in bookstores or visit livingthelife.com.
And Dino says you can tell about someone's health from the shape of their behind. I'd like to hear this, Dino. And he's going to help us get our behinds in shape when we come back. So grab your workout shoes and your behind. We'll see you in a second.
So you would go back and forth like you're rollerblading or ice skating.
Okay. Like this,
Back
and then
and forth,
this.
yep. So this is called your glute medius, great for the legs.